Yes, yes. Welcome in, everyone. So, one burner bachelor, 37 steps up high above the city. Right off the bat, another nice look at our special thanks to board. Last night's episode was fun. Ran around up and down the street showing off these places. And naturally, I didn't mention Super Liquors last night because they're about a mile away and I didn't make that walk, but thank you to them. The Switch Co-op is right next to Taney Realty, and there must have been a car parked in front of there or something because I just missed it when I was on the other side of the street. So thank you to the Switch Co-op. I'm sorry about that. And Ron's Bowling and Ice Cream was a little bit further down the road from ODB's, and I didn't make the trip there either. But thank you to you three guys here on the list for your support in the past and present. We thank you. And we're going to get on to things here on the One Burner Bachelor. Show you some of the ingredients we're going to use today. Texas Pete hot sauce. Italian pasta sauce, onion and garlic. Chinese top ramen noodles. Taco Bell seasonings. I think that's kind of Mexican. And Tina's burritos. Sort of kind of Spanish. Are you kind of sensing an international flair here today on the One Burner Bachelor, 37 steps up high above the city? Well, you should be. Not only are we going to cook from some different parts of the world today, but as Plato, not Homer, always to excel, but Plato, I believe one of his quotes is, "Those having knowledge shall pass it on to others." Okay, and that's our plan today, here on the One Burner Bachelor, 37 steps up high above the city, to pass on some of our knowledge. Yikes. We'll be back. Yes, yes, welcome back, everyone. The One Burner Bachelor. It's International Flair episode. Today's episode of the One Burner Bachelor. In our pan right now, with the water just starting to come to a boil, those two Tina burritos still in the package, plastic package, and I've wrapped them in foil because in a sense we're going to kind of start steaming them to soften them and let them begin to do their thing before we add some of our other ingredients from other parts of the world. So, as we make our effort today to share the knowledge, I have a couple of new charts up there on the board. Don't be intimidated. We're going to take this slow, and I'm going to do the best I can. But I am going to reveal this here, what I'm really going to try to help you do today, first of all. It's kind of a big word. A lot of reasons I think I know quite a few words, from other languages and other countries, and the roots of words and how things should sound as groups of letters. Is yes, I've worked in quite a few kitchens, the One Burner Bachelor, with some co-workers that do speak some different languages, but also, and I'm not sure if it was my first or second try to get through the 7th grade, I took Latin for almost that whole year. So my recognition of letters and roots, and the really, really good thing that I've developed is I don't need to hear the word because of my experience and my knowledge of roots and other foreign languages. If I can just see the letters together, I just kind of know how to pronounce them. If there's any accent marks or any symbols, I kind of pride myself in that knowledge. So I'm just going to pause for one more second, and when we come back, we're going to do some sharing of the knowledge today on the One Burner Bachelor, 37 steps up, high above the city. Okay, we're back. And yes, Angelo and I realize that this isn't really cooking we're doing right now. It's more of sharing the knowledge and just trying to make some of our viewers more aware. Okay, I mentioned it was a big word. The thing I am going to try to teach you today is how to be amphibious. It's a very big word. I've broken it down into the, where it belongs so I can help translate it. Okay, so a lot of times, when I took Latin, you needed to break things down and know the roots. So one of the first things that I learned is amphib. That actually means two. in at least one foreign language. And I actually, give me just 1 second here to refer to my, okay, yes, okay. I-O in a few other languages, or a few other, means actually languages. I'm just going to try to just go with kind of L-A-N-G period. We'll count that as language. So we're at two language, no is what US translates to. That's K-N-O-W, not no like yes or no, but no sort of in knowledge. So what that means, as you can see there, is, if you just kind of work a little bit at it, know two languages. So that kind of means you can speak more than one, not necessarily more than two, but you know two, which is what I am. I am amphibious. I think I know two languages. Taking Spanish, studying Latin, I think I can help. And what's crazy, and another reason why I think here on the One Burner Bachelor we are amphibious, is because, amphib still means two. Io can also mean things. And us can also mean do. So the other well-known definition of amphibious is two things do, or if we move that around a little, it's do two things. And that kind of means at once. And that's another reason we're amphibious here today on the One Burner Bachelor, because not only are we cooking, we're also trying to share some vocabulary knowledge. And to take that one step further, I have been studying some Spanish. It's been a 3-month program. I just want a little more knowledge of more roots and some more of the language to maybe communicate with some of our, over 7% of our viewing audience is not in the United States, which is very exciting. So there's somewhere where very possibly amphibious or, a different language kind of needs to be understood and translated. Okay, so we're going to pick up on that and what we've learned while we continue to let our burritos kind of steam away and soften, wrapped in foil, when we come back on the One Burner Bachelor. Yes. Welcome back in, everyone. It's time. What we've done here are our 2 burritos from Tina's. We're getting softened nice, so we removed them from the pan, changed our water, put some fresh water in to get our Chinese ramen noodles going, which is going to give us time to get to sharing the knowledge and trying us all to be amphibious. So the Spanish course I took for the last 3 months was not fast-paced. It was kind of the slower paced, P-A-C-E-D, paced. Because I've got a lot of things to do, and I told them that I would much rather just kind of do it by recognition and vision and not really listen to it because I'm already familiar with how sounds go together, but because I'd be doing too many other things at the same time to be listening. So that was cool. And I think it might have been the introductory office. So what I have up here is I have the word in Spanish, and then the word in English and its definition. So the first month's word, and we spent a lot of time on it, spelling right, knowing when to use it, is, and I'm going to reveal it right now, no. And one of the things I learned, which I think was an extra maybe thing they told me, that many languages out there use no. It might not be spelled the same, but a lot of people understand no. So there's no surprise that boom, right there, no. Spelled the same, means the same as Spanish and in English. So that's the first month out of the way. So now the second month, of course, things are going to get a little more tricky, the spelling, the pronunciation, things like that. So the second month, we spent the time on right here. Yes. That's the English, is yes. And now once again, because I don't need to listen and I just kind of know how letters and words and accents and what things go together. So the translation of that in Spanish is sigh, because that slash mark above the I means you say I. That's another thing I learned from taking Latin. So sigh is yes in Spanish, which is really kind of cool, which I realized, because a lot of the episodes when I start with yes, yes. So I could now start with sigh, sigh. And you guys will still know that that's me just trying to keep the international flair, Spanish in this case, going on in the kitchen. We'll get back here to our noodles, which are just getting there. Beautiful day outside. I don't want to rush things. So yes. So no is no. Yes is sigh. So now the third month, the third letter, I knew things would get a little more tricky and, a little bit more going on. So the third letter, third word, the third month, the word was hello. Now this is still works because then you can, hi and hello are the same in Spanish, which was kind of another thing that the guy let me know, include me in on. So hello in Spanish is jole. That's just, again, I know how to pronounce it. I don't have to listen to it with my experience with letters. So trying to be amphibious. We've got no is no, yes is sigh, and hello is jole. So if you should hear me say, because I don't know the word for everybody yet, but I do now know the word for hello, which I think I can kind of use sort of in my introduction. So if you happen to hear me start the show with sigh, sigh, jole, you know it's just me, the one burner bachelor, just trying to keep that international flair, Spanish in this case, going on the show. Amphibious. Two language know, two things do. I'm amphibious, and I'm trying to teach you the same. Sigh, sigh, jole. We'll be back. Sigh, sigh, jole. We're back. Angelo's come out to join us here on the international flair episode of the One Burner Bachelor. He's getting a little bit on his tummy. Get a little peek of our plaques given to us by a friend of the show. Pears, apples, and lemons. Oh my. Angelo's chilling for a bit. It's beautiful out. He knows I need to get back to the action, but we're glad he checked in. So, International Flair Day on the One Burner Bachelor. Learning to be amphibious. Okay, so the Texas Pete hot sauce, the Italian onion and garlic sauce, the Chinese noodles, the packets from Taco Bell, and the burritos, which are wrapped up here nice and warm. They will go back into the pan. But what we're going to do right now is we need to mix all these international flavors together. Oh, there's ramen noodles, hot packets from Taco Bell, hot sauce from Texas Pete, Italian pasta sauce. Oh, goodness. So that's starting to get happy now. And the wonderful thing about having our burritos from a different country, yes, wrapped in foil is it is not uncommon for things to cook in foil. So we are going to put these right back in here. Let them get hot and hot again. Actually, you know what? That's a bad idea. You know what I'm going to do? Is I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap them from the foil and the plastic and during the break, the international flair break, as we all try to be amphibious, and just get them in the pan and let them finish that way. They might get a little soggy, but they're just going to get ripped up and be made part of this dish anyways. Sai Sai Hole. 37 steps high above the city. We'll be back. Sai Sai Hole. One Burner Bachelor. We've unwrapped our burritos. They're now right in there with the Italian sauce, the Texas Pete hot sauce, the Chinese noodles, the Mexican Taco Bell seasoning, and now these Spanish or Mexican burritos. Sai Sai Ole. Repetition, I learned, is to work on your pronunciation and your memory of things. So once again, no is no. That was kind of the introductory off the easy one. Yes is sigh, and hello is hole. First step in being amphibious, not only doing two things at the same time, but maybe learning 2 languages. Just a quick last shot scan here again of our special thanks board. Another look at our plaques. Angelo's here having his supper right now. He likes the smells. That's my boy and my best friend. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to all the people, all the businesses, all the viewers, all the sharing, all the friends. International Flair Day on the One Burner Bachelor. Being amphibious. No, sigh, hole. Just a little something extra from the One Burner Bachelor. See you next time, everyone. 37 steps up, high above the city.